TheJuggalettesRUs. I'm Batgirljamie.
I'm Twystid J.
We're co-hosting this show, as always.
Yeah.
And Viper's not here.
Unfortunately.
She doesn't hang out with us anymore, hardly. We haven't seen her in months, since probably around Christmas time. But anyways, as we were going to tell you, and our camera shut off, because we started talking too long, and made the video too long, so we wanted to cut it down. But this is the video that we need to do, and we want to bring awareness to Asperger's syndrome.
Yes.
A high-functioning form of autism. And tell you what the day-to-day struggle is like, because we both have it.
Yep, exactly.
A lot of very creative, famous people have it, like Tim Burton, and I think Tom Cruise might have it, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think I saw something where he did. There's some other people, but they think Albert Einstein had it. People that were really different, but really famous. Like a lot of people with our disability, totally dark, gothic-y type stuff.
Exactly. We're kind of
drawn to it. Like, I noticed my nephew is coming that way. He loves Tim Burton stuff, and he's got this disability. And he also likes Pee-wee. He's obsessed with Pee-wee Herman. Like, obsessed. But, going into our disability, tell him what your day-to-day struggles like, Twist.
Mine's a lot of different things. But mainly my Asperger's syndrome is kind of like I said, we are really, really drawn to dark, twisted type things.
That's
what
why
ranging from our music.
A lot of them end up becoming juggalos because they need a place to fit in because they can't fit in anywhere else.
Exactly, and
that's where I finally felt like I belonged, and I was somewhere, and I was somebody, and I was treated as an equal. My whole life we felt like we were outsiders until we met other juggalos.
Exactly.
Until we met juggalos.
Well, I've always kind of known juggalos.
That's where he found his way to belong and feel like he's somebody and not treated as a nobody.
I jumped on the Dark Carnival train a long time ago. And I think that was one thing that really separated me from everybody else was the fact that
when I discovered the people inside of the Juggalo community and they accepted me for who I was, that made me feel so good that somebody understood my struggle.
The day I actually got through with it, it was like being baptized in Fago. And no pun intended.
No, not that. It's like,
and they accepted me for who I was. Like, okay, we're for God. But
people with Asperger's syndrome are the sweetest people you'll ever meet, and they'll care about you, hands down, and they'll care about what happens to other people. Exactly. They generally care about other people, but they generally back away from people and don't get too close to too many people because they've been hurt by a lot of people by being made fun of. They're always bullied.
Oh yeah, and even if you look at my size,
he was bullied a lot in school, and so was I.
And I was one of the kids that I lashed back as hard as anybody, and you could imagine a guy my size lashing back.
Some of them lash back. I used to lash back and get angry and throw chairs at people.
I was the same way.
I picked up my chair and threw it at my cousin's best friend. Sorry I did that. I didn't mean to be mean. I was frustrated and lashed out at people a lot.
And I was kind of in that same boat. And I was lucky that when I came over to the school I was in, after...
The best thing that ever happened to me was going to that alternative ed school. It helped me to graduate on time when I should have, not a year later, and the school and the teachers... Thank you if you watched my show and you've seen me. Thank you for encouraging me and helping me. If it wasn't for my math teacher, Mr. Nussman, I probably would have failed math. I'm horrible at it. My brain doesn't. When my brain sees numbers, I don't know if all people with Asperger's syndrome have this problem, but when I see numbers in math that's not normal, basic, 100 adding and subtracting, my brain goes haywire and just starts going in a million ways, and I can't comprehend
Actually,
it.
that's a very big common thing between females with Asperger's syndrome, because they're more of the creative writing type of people, and with the male counterparts, they're more of the sciencey / math type people in school, and I think that's where I succeeded even more so than anybody.
Like, I succeeded in, like, the reading aspect and the creative writing and writing in general. I gravitated towards that. Anything to do with money, like business math, I could do fine. I got like an A in that class. Like, that's like one of the only classes in math that I ever got a good grade in. And I was kind of proud of myself for that.
Exactly.
I needed a lot of extra help with math, like a lot.
Exactly. And I was the direct opposite. I was one of the kids that read slower, but I processed the words a lot faster than, because I actually try to read into what they're saying and blah blah blah.
Like, if you need to, like, people with Asperger's syndrome, like, can remember small details.
Yes, exactly.
They can account small details, and if you didn't say it to us, we'll know. We know.
Or if
we're very, very intelligent, but it's limited to certain things. Like,
exactly.
if whatever your brain picks up on and you enjoy, you're going to gravitate towards that, and that's going to be your higher level of excellence. But then other things you're not going to be able to do, and your brain can't pick up on certain things that take like multi-doing, that involves a lot of thinking, like
deep thinking,
really. Like that.
Like, if you ask a person without Asperger's syndrome to draw you a picture of what they're thinking, most likely they're not going to be able to tell you how to do it. And a person with our disability is actually going to pick up on it a little bit faster. You tell them, this is what this looks like, blah, blah, blah. You could probably picture it in your head, draw it the way that somebody wants to draw it.
We have a hard time communicating, we have a hard time, verbally communicating our needs and wants. It's not that we don't want to, it's that we can't. So please, when you know people with the Asperger's syndrome, please give them a little bit of leeway.
Exactly. Give them a leash, even.
Know that they're not doing what they're doing because they want to, it's because they can't. Their brain, not that they can't do it, it's that they're not physically able to do it, because of they're not mentally able to do it. Their mind is not mentally wired properly to be able to do and function as a normal person, and don't think that they can, and don't persecute them because they can't. That's not fair.
Exactly.
And if you're working that's why a lot of people will work at a different pace than a normal person, and they shouldn't be treated any differently. They shouldn't be treated like they're completely stupid and lazy, because that's not the case. Is they get so frustrated and they can focus some days, and then some days they can't, and that's not
exactly.
That's their brain saying it's had enough and it's tired. Their brain gets tired and slows down, and it slows you down all over. And another thing that I noticed, when you get stressed out a lot easier than a normal person, and your brain shuts off.
Yes.
And you say things that you normally wouldn't say because your brain has been overwhelmed.
Even when you get the most frustrated.
It's like some days you can clean your house and you'll just be like all day, like this has to be done and it has to be done and you're OCD about it. And then the next time because you work so hard that one time, your brain takes a big...
You need a shutdown time.
Your brain just shuts off. If you don't have them times to shut down...
And the other thing about it is...
And you're pushed too hard, if you keep getting pushed too hard, your brain's going to shut off because it's overwhelming.
Actually...
Your brain slows down and you cannot pick it back up. because the stress. If you keep getting thrown stressful situations at yourself, you're never going to be able to pick yourself back up because you can't. You get overwhelmed, and your overwhelmness takes you over, and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
If you're put in a situation that you can't succeed, and it's positive, and it's all positive, and it keeps staying positive, then you're gonna go. And as soon as the negative goes, you go from way up here to way down here again, because the more positive you're thrown at you, the better, the more successful you're gonna be.
Exactly.
And if you don't know how to speak to someone with Asperger's syndrome to get them to be like that, or if you see them doing something that they're becoming a little bit successful at, don't change that. You will totally screw them over. Don't change it whatsoever, anything about what's going on. Because if you do, you might as well say, I want you to fail.
Exactly. That really, and another thing
and then it discourages you.
And another thing about our disability is, and a lot of you guys don't get the misconception, but when we're stressed out,
we do lash out.
We do. No, I wasn't even going to say that. I was actually going to say we actually tend to go through even more sleep apnea type effects to go along with it, because our brain...
It's not really sleep apnea per se, it gives us insomnia. I get insomnia when I'm really stressed.
Exactly, and that comes with our territory. It's very... My doctor actually said it was sleep apnea, because I actually suffer from sleep apnea, but I can't take drugs because of it. So, you kind of have to think about that with it.
But that's what our disability is like, and please, remember that we're not completely trying to be the way we are. We don't want to be this way. We're wired this way, and it's not going to change.
Exactly. It's exactly how we are.
Please be patient with people with Asperger's syndrome, and please be nice to them. That's all I need, is someone to be nice to them and treat them with respect.
They're a valued piece of the community.
If you treat them with respect, you're going to get respect back from them. They give what they get. We give what we get because of our disability. If we're being thrown negative at us, it's going to come out tenfold because we're stressed. And the more stressed we get, you can see it in our actions. And I can see it. When I can tell, just because I know I get the same way. When he's too stressed, I can tell, because he does the same things I do. He lashes out at people and verbally says negative things to people when he don't really mean it. And if you watch this and I've done that to you, please know I didn't mean to, and I'm very sorry.
Exactly. And I am exactly the same.
I never meant to hurt anybody's feelings on purpose. Unless you totally were mean to me and you deserve... And if I totally gave you or ripped you a new one, you must have deserved it. But we want to thank you for watching. Remember, this is Autism Awareness is coming up soon. I can't remember exactly what day it is.
I thought it was this month, actually.
No, it's next month. It's April. But I want you to remember, we're all equals. And as soon as you realize that people with disabilities need a little bit need people to be a little bit more patient with them. That Asperger's syndrome people can do what everybody else does, but they need to be given a little extra leeway. Not just to be able to do whatever they want, but to be able to get forgiven for a little bit.
Exactly. Forgive us for our sins yet.
Forgive us that we can't function exactly like everybody else, but we're only held back this a little bit. So give us that little leeway, because we need it, and we will succeed just along with the rest of you. But when you don't push us back, because it's not fair, because we have that mental disability, we're not like everybody else. And as soon as you realize that the things we do are not because we want to, it's because we can't help it. Thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and check out our other videos. And don't forget to check out the Let's Us Kids channel. Just search for Let's Us Kids, or it's on the sidebar, and check out
Twystid J's show.
The Twystid J81, and it's linked in the sidebar. And don't forget to check out mine, the Batgirljamie show.
And I'll be hitting you guys up with some new type material soon.
He's going to be doing new videos soon, so remember to check out his channel. I'm always uploading new videos. I haven't had a chance to edit videos. I was going to edit when we were at the bar last night, a video for maybe this channel or maybe his channel, but I couldn't get around to it because we didn't get a table big enough for me to set my computer up. But thanks for watching. Peace out and much fun love to the Juggalo family. And remember to be kind to those with Asperger's syndrome. They need it the most.
I'm out. Thanks again. Bye.
Peace. We love you.